Bagpipes don't belong in Metallica. James would not approve. This guy doesn't speak on our behalf. You're awesome. Hey, what's up, Metallica? Your taxes funded lizards on a treadmill. Pay less in taxes. For once, I wish an example of bad tax practices would not involve a random science experiment taken out of context. How about your taxes funded the death of millions of people by funding politicians who spout anti-science rhetoric which inadvertently led to people mismanaging a pandemic? That sound like something we could defund? Call out post to NASA. Why aren't you exploring the ocean? It's literally right underneath us. You can send a robot a million miles into space looking for aliens, but not into the great void that makes up the majority of the Earth we live on? Please, I am scared. Which part of National Aeronautics and Space Administration has you confused? About 10 years of piping experience. Honestly though, whenever I do a cake like this, I give myself an entire day to pipe. Literally a whole day. That way I can work on stuff and redo the cake as many times as I want. I got 10 years of experience piping your mom. Sir, this is a baking subreddit. It was an intrusive thought. I respect your honesty. I don't approve of tattoos. Mainly it is written in the Christian Bible not to mark your body. I love you, Dwayne, but this is the one thing I do not approve of. It is your choice, of course. Lovin' the Rock. It also says not to pierce your ears or get a divorce, but one click on your profile shows you obviously pick and choose which parts of the Bible fit your agenda. Fact: God has never made a single drop of alcohol. The earth has never produced a single drop of alcohol. 100% of all wine and alcohol is manufactured by fallen men. Nothing good ever comes out of alcohol. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. Jesus turned water into wine. Source: the Bible. Breaking news: U.S. births declined for the 6th straight year in 2020 as the pandemic accelerated a trend that has been building for the last decade. It's almost like if you saddle a generation with massive debt, then hit them with the second economic crisis of their working lives while simultaneously showing how little your society cares about children or caregiving, they will make choices accordingly. Hey, what's Winnie the Pooh's favorite color? Yellow. No, it's red because of his shirt. No, it's yellow because he loves honey. You have no idea what you're talking about. Then Pooh says, yellow like honey. That's my favorite color. He has the receipts. Call me sis to my face and see what happens. You'll go on a podcast and cry about it for an hour? Your grill is filthy, has poor temperature control, and for some idiot reason has the heating element below the food so fat drips into it and catches fire. There's a better way to cook in your kitchen. My favorite genre of article is, you know this thing people have famously loved for countless generations? Join me, a random white guy, in my shocking expose about how that thing objectively sucks. I haven't read the article and I never will. I can already tell this is a guy who invites people over for a barbecue and cooks Boca burgers in the oven. Yeah, like I always say, if they don't grill, I don't chill. I've actually never said that. I lied. I'm a liar. 1 out of 5 stars. Sports bar that doesn't subscribe to the sports channels on TV. Had to go somewhere else to catch our game. Kyle, you gave 3 downtown Tampa restaurants a 1-star review the night you were looking for whatever the game was you wanted to watch. Seems like maybe the restaurants weren't the problem. A previous review of yours gave Domino's Pizza a 5-star review. Perhaps a better solution would have been ordering delivery from a major corporate chain to your hotel and streaming the game on your phone rather than trying to make small businesses look bad because no one else wants to subscribe to a sports package just to watch the Winnipeg Jets play. Just a thought. Safe travels. Too bad you're gay now. I used to love your content back in the day. Well, that's just part of growing up. Nothing stays the same. I've always been gay. You've enjoyed a lot of stuff from gay creators. No one's changed, just what you and your bigoted mindset projected onto others. Hope you learn to cope with that in your life because you deserve to find the happiness I have. Yeah, how fragile and close-minded do you have to be to let something like that keep you from associating with someone entirely? Like, yeah, hey man, you're cool and all, you know, I really enjoy what you do in your work, but you're gay, and I just can't hang out with someone like that. You know, it's like, hey, okay, explain why. No, I'm listening. It's like, you know, when you ask for an explanation, that's when they're like, oh, well, it's come on, it's silly. If you're going to believe everything you read, then start with your Bible. Sure, Kathy. 1 Timothy 2:11-12. A woman should learn in quietness and full submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. Now be quiet. The irony. I took my 11-year-old daughter to get a drink at Starbucks. We watched an incredibly handsome construction worker walk across the parking lot and into the store. Do you know what that little girl said to me? I don't know what he fixes, but mine is broken. What if it was your 11-year-old son who said that about a young woman who walked into the store? I thought we were teaching boys not to objectify girls, or does that only apply to boys? They're not getting paid. Internships. OP never said it was an unpaid internship. Internships are unpaid. Not always. I personally have several friends doing paid internships right now. That's not an internship, it's a job with more steps. You can't just redefine internships to only include the bad ones, and then claim that they're all bad. That would be like me redefining Reddit users to only include you, and then claiming that all Reddit users are dumb r/anti-work members that don't know what an internship is. Not the problem. Since getting Twitter Blue, my follower rate has in fact gone to close to 0. This when the promise was my content would surface to the top of comments, etc. That is not happening. That floats to the top of the toilet bowl is still tip. If you think somebody is giving you a fake number, read it back to them incorrectly. See if they correct you. Tip. If you're a man and you think a woman is giving you a fake number, leave her the f*** alone. YouTuber MrBeast promotes his role in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem on Instagram, crossing the SAG-AFTRA picket line during the actors' strike. False. This is a contract I signed pre-strike and was legally obligated to promote. This falls under the exceptions they have outlined. Regardless, to make my support clear, I'll make a donation later tonight. Legend. Men and women are different and therefore cannot be equal. 1 + 4 = 2 + 3. Damn, beautifully said and not using a single word. Bravo. In rural Texas, we posted a $14 an hour part-time cash container unloading job. No one showed up. Now our team of 2 is unloading 35,000 pounds of brain flakes themselves. Wild that $14 isn't enough these days. Pictures are old and for plush, but it gives you an idea. Lol, you're complaining that you had to take your own offer. Who the f goes out to eat to celebrate a dead person's birthday? People who were loved. Absolutely ruthless response. There's no harm in leaving it a week or two to get a better picture, though it is possible to get a good guess early on based on the distance between anus and dot, a skill you can learn but much more subtle than nipples, vagina, or not. Please don't gender your rats. Rats are not interested in the petty social constructs of gender. I want to know which ones have and which have vaginas so I can separate them. Settle your social justice horses down. The Civil War wasn't about slavery until the Union started losing. Lincoln needed to gain the support of the Northerners somehow, so he made a political move to include slavery, otherwise the people would have forced Lincoln to stop the unpopular war. Many Southern generals couldn't have cared less about slavery or fighting for it. Fact. So I'm taking it you have a degree in history with a focus on American history during that time period? Because I do, and that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Get pregnant. You'll find out who your real friends are, I promise you that. I just feel like there are steps you can probably take before this one. Fun fact, if you rearrange the letters of Delta and Omicron, you get media control. You also get erotic almond. What's your point? Thank goodness they weren't from Philly or she'd have yet another catastrophe on her hands. Before you give Philly any more shit, remember this. Everywhere you've lived has been the setting of a Fallout game. Sometimes I do respond to my fan mail. Can you tell me what a woman is? Someone who covers their drink when they see you in the bar. Ooh, that's good. That is a spicy meatball. I wish we could choose our baby fathers. Someone come tell her before I do, cause I'ma hurt her feelings. Shit, he's cooking, you better back up. Natalie Portman shows off impressive transformation into female Thor. Don't remember reading about a female Thor in Greek mythology. That might be because Thor is from Norse mythology. You're a true culinarian. How many years of experience did it take you to figure out how to fry a f***ing hot dog? I've been a chef for 13 years now and a writer for 6. It took me a few minutes to learn how to properly fry a hot dog, then another 6 years or so before I got off my high horse, stopped judging people, and realized that even simple, trashy foods have a place in the culinary landscape, and a very delicious place it is indeed. Looks like you may still have a few years of growing to do before you arrive there. Food is about making people happy, not about making yourself feel superior. This is an astoundingly sick burn. Love your work. Also love when people who try to put down others have no idea who they are trying to put down. Love the food lab. Welcome to Reddit. Thank you, Snowflakes, for helping my song go #1. If by Snowflakes you mean the marketing department of his label using the contrived culture war as a coercive tool to drum up controversy using a statistically insignificant few takes on the song being racist, mobilizing both the indignant anti-woke right and the sane people who are just curious about the controversy, then yeah, the Snowflakes did it. In Brazil, we usually don't change classrooms for every class. Generally, the teachers come over. That's simpler, I think. Yeah, but you might get murdered because you live in Brazil, so there's that trade-off. And there's absolutely no way you can get murdered in an American school, especially en masse. Ever. And left and his brother Tristan were first arrested at their Bucharest home in December. Ironically, Andrew Tate could groom others, but not himself. Imagine if the right wing and the left wing got together to fight corruption. I know many on both sides will say that you cannot work with those monsters and you must be naive. Yes, I understand, but what if we got together just once to f*** the establishment? What if the Puppy Kicking Foundation and the Anti-Puppy Kicking League got together to fight puppy kicking? I have tons of female friends I don't pursue sleeping with, like they are just cool people, not leads for my next hookup. So you are the obligatory nice guy, huh? Lol, hope you find perpetual friend zone hell enjoyable, lol. Tell you what, I'll sit here and enjoy having good, well-rounded friendships with both genders, and you can wither away alone and with no one to care but the people you share misery with. They made Barbie a man-hating woke propaganda fest. They teach Barbie fans about rising up against the patriarchy, and Ken is portrayed as beta and borderline R-word. It's a horror show. How beta is it for you to waste time and effort crying over a Barbie movie? No heavily menstruating, perimenopausal, PMS-addled woman in the world cries, bitches, and moans as hard as you sorry-ass right-wing insufferable twats do. The fucking Barbie movie. Not now, sweetie. Daddy's ratioing the police. Strike 3, you are going for bail. A female was arrested today after she was caught for the third time this month stealing from the same retail store. She was held for bail to prevent her from continuing to reoffend. Nobody shoplifts pizza pockets and pancake mix for the thrill of it. Instead of posting photos like you just made a major drug bust, maybe connect this person with some support so they don't need to steal their groceries. If a website puts flags next to the language options, which flag should it be for English? I think they should show the American flag. After all, the Brits can read the words, but the Americans need a picture. Please stop saying Native Americans are Mexican. They fought Mexico. If Mexicans are indigenous people like they claim, why don't Mexicans speak native tongue? Why Spanish? And why don't Native Americans speak Spanish? Cue the Jeopardy music. Mexicans speak Spanish for the same reason Native Americans speak English, you dumbass colonizer. Excuse me, sir, you dropped this at Elon Musk. You gifted a picture of a fucking toy crown to a friendless billionaire. If this were any more pathetic, I'd start you a GoFundMe. At the risk of sounding like an ignorant fool, for I'm ignorant to this as I have done no research, but to me, I feel like once you've had your puberty, once girls can menstruate and boys can ejaculate, you should be safe to procreate if you're perfectly healthy, even if logically that is completely the wrong time to do it. I mean, isn't it nature's way of saying you're ready to procreate, so why would nature say it's ready if it isn't? What did I just read? Why would nature give you a period if you weren't ready to procreate? I don't know, Jim, you came out of the womb with legs, why didn't you walk out of the hospital? Man, why are girls still going on about a male friend group having a leader? We not the Avengers. YouTuber addressed her g***ing allegations while playing a ukulele in new video. Stop playing in A minor. That's how you got here in the first place. Oh. Dolly Parton, I Will Always Love You. That's Whitney, babe. Imagine not knowing that Dolly wrote, sang, and released I Will Always Love You first, and that Whitney's version was just a cover. Do your research, babe. And by the way, that's... Got him. Hey girly, I've been following your profile for a while and I must say you are gorgeous. One girl to another though, some of the selfies you've posted are looking kinda different from the others. All that food you post looks tasty as but not so tasty on the hips. I can help you shed those extra 5 to 10 pounds and get you beach ready. What? It happens to the best of us. Please circle where I need to lose weight. You do mine and I'll do yours. Wow. Rude. I thought I'd message you to help, but you're just a bitch. I'm a busy mom. I don't have time to live at the gym like you. I absolutely love when they're like, oh, I'm flustered now and I don't know what to say. I'm a mom. I'm a busy mom. I have kids. It's like, okay, no one cares. A key that can open every lock is a master key. A lock that can be opened with every key is a useless lock. A sharpener that sharpens many pencils is a good sharpener. A pencil that needs to be sharpened by a lot of sharpeners is just a shitty pencil. Your analogy is just as shitty as mine because genitals have absolutely nothing in common with household objects. Quit sticking your dick to locks just because it fits. It was recently discovered that those given transfusions of blood from the opposite sex had poorer outcomes, including fatalities. Stumbled across this fact while researching my book, I don't care. Hi, used to work at a blood bank. This is not a thing. Do better research for your book, you turf piece of...